career. Tim Duncan seemed to genuinely appreciate and enjoy the ceremony, and as he joked, spoke for more than 30 seconds as well to say thank you to so many. So great moments there from his former teammates, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and of course from Greg Popovich, who I think could have gone on for a long time about Tim Duncan. Just a fun night in San Antonio. What do you make of your former teammates and your coach there?
Well, I mean, the one thing I want to make mention of, Matt, and maybe you and Rick got at least a sense of it, having a chance to watch the connection that's in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. It really is. It's hard to put that into words, but to hear, Tony made a great speech. Manu with some stories about, what Tim represented, making those phone calls to the hotel room. By the way, Manu did have 27 in the next game, so he responded well. To see Pop look over to Tim, and if he said two more sentences, he was going to use that tissue. But about what the players represent there, not just Tim, but what the franchise is about, how special a place it's been, how connected it is to the community, how connected it is to success. And Tim, obviously a foundation for what that was. David Robinson before that. And I don't know if you guys get that sense in watching just how different maybe how much depth there is to what the players are that they want to have represent their franchise. That's, I guess, what I'm getting at. Mm-hmm. It goes so far beyond what the game is, and it speaks to a lot about what Pop's about. And then on top of it, as these two arm in arm will walk off the court, speaks a lot about what it is that's important really in life.
I think the authenticity comes through. None of the speeches, although they certainly had points they wanted to hit and stories they wanted to tell, none of them felt canned, right? I mean, it felt like these were guys who genuinely care about each other, who have gone through all these shared experiences over the years and could speak freely about it. Even admitting their nerves, doing it in that setting, wanted to make sure they got their points across and say what they felt about their teammate Tim Duncan.
Well, what's I think at the anchor of Tim and what has anchored that organization is authenticity and character. It rings very true in Pop and Tim's relationship, and then it trickles down between how they interact with their fellow teammates and players that they coach. And it's never more evident than tonight. No one really looking to impress with how they presented their words. Just were in the moment and really grateful for the opportunity, and Tim really seemed present to receive all the love. And I think the video was as great a piece of work as I've seen in these situations. Mm-hmm. His brother should be commended, and I thought he aptly pointed that he maybe should have saved those words for tonight, but the words actually were received because it was there. I could see he took the time to pen that to those that would be watching tonight, and those who will see that for years to come. And the attention he paid his kids throughout the whole ceremony, you could tell, it was about, sharing that moment with them. And also, you're right. If Pop had said one more word, he probably would have lost it. If Tim had went any deeper, but it's those stories you hear them tell about, Tim did those things behind the scenes, quietly one-on-one with those individuals. Right. He really values those moments with those people, and they're intimate, private moments for him and that person. So, yes, I thought he gave of himself generously tonight with those he cared about, the fans that were there, to share that moment and to talk lightly about, some anecdotes. Mm-hmm. But, man, you can tell that the relationship is deeper behind the scenes.
All that transcends basketball. You get that. At least I took that from, and we kind of knew that, especially working with you and other guys who played with that organization, got that sense before. But even the story about the carrot cake, which I've heard before more or less, but just to hear Pop tell it's good storytelling, and most coaches are great storytellers anyway. That was just fun.
Man, I'd love to get some hotel security cameras and get chop up all the video of Pop sneaking down hallways and delivering
carrot cake for
20 years.
Outside.
I'd watch that. That's a YouTube channel I'd be watching.
A lot of carrot cake.
Yeah.
That's good.
What a great night, though. I mean, Timmy is an all-time great and an amazing teammate. So blessed to have spent time with him and call him a friend.